Good morning. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Winners Win Live. I'm Chris Coakley, president of Surge 365, and as some of you already know and some of you may be new to, we try to get together at least every other week and just work on personal development, work on our business, work on growth. Guys, this industry is really nothing but a personal development program with a high-end compensation package. And we just happen to be in a time right now where we're in the heat of the race in our pre-launch. And we're so excited about what's going on right now in the pre-launch, and we're excited about how so many people are positioning themselves for the next generation of Surge 365 and becoming next generation founders and next generation CEOs. And it's so exciting to see a lot of the young, millennials and even the baby boomers that are getting in place for what's to come in the very, very near future. Hey, let me do some housekeeping really quickly. I think it's important. First of all, you see me in my next generation Surge 365 gear, and guys, this is such a phenomenal and awesome. Everything from the color to just what it represents, and you've got a chance right now still to win this T-shirt, and have an opportunity to win the hat. All the details are in your back office. But you want to make sure if you got an opportunity to win this shirt or win this hat, that you take full advantage of that opportunity and make sure you get some once-in-a-lifetime commemorative gear. This is only going to be available during pre-launch. These are pre-launch garments. So once pre-launch is over, you won't be able to get or find these anywhere. So you want to make sure that you've got something that you can always point to and say, I was there. I was there when they pre-launched this company, and I wasn't just there. I took advantage of it. I positioned myself. I got involved, and now look what's happened to our family as a result of that. And so you want to be able to point to some evidence of that. And this hat, this shirt is great evidence that you were involved in the process and what's going on right now. Some of you have heard me talk about the fact that, this is our time of the year. And if you've never been in travel or retail, then this is probably the time of the year that you start to slow down and take off and get ready for the holidays. But if you've been in the travel industry, if you've been in the retail industry of anything from food to decoration to toys to all types of gifts that people give during this time of the year, then this is the opportunity for you probably to make more in a few months than you make all year. Most people will make 50 to 60% of their profit in just these few months of the year. And so this is not when they take off. This is when they ramp up. This is when they hire more people than they ever have. They hire that additional holiday, help. This is when they buy more inventory. This is when they extend the store hours, and places that used to close at 6 are closing at 9, and places that used to close at 9 and 10 are closing at midnight. And so people are working more than ever that are in these industries. And so if you're new to the industry through us, I got to ask you to change your mindset. I got to ask you to absolutely look at now as the time to sell out and get a jump start on your business and really position yourself to explode into 2020 and do some incredible things for you and your family. But you've got to jump quickly. You don't have a lot of time for the learning curve. You've got to quickly realize that now is your blitz. And then you realize that, successful people do the opposite of what the masses do. And so while we may be working right now, while everybody else is relaxing and taking off and preparing for the holidays, when January comes and everybody all of a sudden has to go back to work and work overtime to pay off the debt that they charged up on their credit cards for this holiday season, you will have had a cash holiday season, and you'll be preparing for a contest that you'll get a chance to win to go with us to Bali, Indonesia in March. And see, while they're working, we're going to be vacation and relaxing. See, when they relax, we work. When they work, we relax. And that's what's going to happen. And you've got a chance to win this trip to Bali, Indonesia, and all the details again are in your back office. But hey, if you got a shot at winning a 9-day trip to Bali paid for by the company, why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you sell out and give it everything you got? And I'm not just talking to people who've been in the business for a while. I'm talking to the brand newest person that may be watching this. You got a shot. You got a shot to go have your trip to Bali, Indonesia paid for. And travel with myself and the CEO of the company, Scott Tomer, and get a chance to explore what I've been told, I've never been there, is one of the most beautiful countries to go to. I mean, everything from the cities to the countrysides to the beaches are all phenomenal, and I think we're going to get a chance to see a little bit of all of them. And so, guys, let's work hard like you can't believe. Let's make sure that we position enough people to win Bali, Indonesia as a free trip, and then let's absolutely go enjoy ourselves while everybody else is working their butts off to pay the debt they've accumulated over the holiday season. See, if you've positioned yourself with us, then you've probably already got a game plan to make this a cash holiday, to make sure you make enough money to buy and do anything you want to do for your family in cash. See, that's the way you really get to enjoy the holidays. No burden, no stress. Cash holiday, explode your business into 2020, and start the year off with Bali, Indonesia. Just one of the many trips that we're going to take in the future, and take a bunch of you guys with us to see the world. And that's our objective, is truly to see the world. As most of you know, in our pre-launch, what we've been talking about more than anything is why. We truly believe you're in the right place at the right time with the right company and the right leadership. And that why is because our purpose, what we are seeking to do, is so incredibly special. It is so incredibly timely, but it has been so missed, in our society. When you think of the fact that the world, if you've traveled at all, I've been to maybe 85 different countries at this point in my life, and I've seen some of the most incredible and most beautiful. They talk about the 8 wonders of the world, but I promise you there's a 9th, and there's a 10th, and there's 11th, and there's a 12th in some of these places that they don't even talk about. I was in India, and I got a chance to see an inverted pyramid. The pyramids themselves are absolutely mind-blowing as to how that's even possible. But imagine walking downstairs underground into a pyramid-shaped hole with stairs all the way around it. It was just, I didn't even know it existed, but that on a tour they took us, and they said, and this goes down and then explains the entire water system, that was built to supply, parts of India back in that time. And I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. I have no idea how you could possibly even build something like that. Something so massive, something so huge. Believe me, there's more than 8 wonders in the world. This is an absolutely beautiful, incredible waterfalls. I went through a stage where everywhere I went, I made sure I stood under the waterfall and took a picture, because there was just so many beautiful waterfalls, natural waterfalls all over the world. And everywhere I went, I would just say, where's the waterfall? I know they have one, and they would say, incredible. And then I would go, and if I had to climb rocks, and of course this was in my youth, and march through rainforests or different to get to the most beautiful waterfalls, and then just stand there under it and take a picture. On the waterfalls in so many different countries. But I say this to say that beauty was created for you to see. That beauty was created to reinforce the power, that created it. See, so many people say, man, I don't know about religion. I don't know about this. Hey, I don't know what your religious or spiritual beliefs are. But when you start to see the world it just makes sense. You just start to realize there's got to be a higher power that placed everything where it is to have it be what it is and have it have the effect on people that it does. And so travel has always been held out as that. But it's been held out for so long as a luxury. It's been held out as something for the rich and for the famous. And it was always in America a dream that one day if I worked hard enough and saved and invested my money, I'd be able to retire one day and afford to travel. And so most people in America don't look forward to travel until they're in their golden years, until they're retired, and only the successful and wealthy would travel along the way and would take their children and travel, and and everybody else admired that. But as I've traveled the world, guess what I found out? I found out that in most cultures, travel, which they don't call vacation, but a lot of them call holiday is a part of their culture. It's not something based upon your social status. It's something everybody planned to do. You planned to save your money, or you planned to organize the family to all be able to take holiday together. And even if holiday meant a staycation, where you stayed in your country, but you explored, or you spent time, or you went to the beach, or you did certain things, that rejuvenation time, that reflection time was built into their culture. It's built into their family, and that's why their family units are so much closer and different. So you look at the U.S. and you go, we've taken something that should be a natural part of who we are, and we placed it over here for only the rich and famous. And then when you look at how hard we work ourselves to the bone so hard, and most of us never retire with enough money to travel, and we never get a chance to do it. We never get a chance to explore. And most of us work so hard, our health is so bad in this country that by the time we reach the age of retirement, most of us aren't even physically capable of traveling the world and hiking, mountainsides and walking, on long trails through the Amazons and rainforests. We're not capable of that type of stuff. It's funny to me how when you travel and you have companies that provide excursions for you, how they rate them and let you know how much walking is going to be involved and how much climbing is going to, because now people have to pick what they're going to do based upon their physical capability, because they don't start doing it until they're in their later years. When I was in my 20s, I wouldn't have to pick which activity I could do based on how much walking, I could do all the walking and climbing I need to see everything. But as you get older, then, and if all your travel is going to take place when you're older, so we're really on a mission to heal the nation with vacation. And it's because we've learned the medicinal value of vacation. We've learned that there is a health element to this. And that health element is vital to your quality of life. And nobody ever talked about that. I've never heard anything about that my entire life until this year. And I've been even in the travel industry now for quite a few years. I mean, probably 13, 14 years in the travel industry. And I still never really heard anybody emphasize how vital travel is to just your everyday quality of life. And when our CEO started to talk about and tell and share with us some of the statistics that he found, the fact that people who take vacations are 32% less likely to heart disease. And of course, if you take vacations, the effect of planning a vacation and then the effects that it still has on you after you come back from the vacation just absolutely changes your stress level. And we all know how much stress contributes to to hypertension, high blood pressure, all these different medical illnesses that I mean are killing people that have been directly related to stress, including, stress has also been connected to that additional weight in your waistline, and that additional weight in your waistline has been connected to heart disease, diabetes, and some other things. So, I mean, there is clearly paths to your quality of life and health that are connected to your ability to rejuvenate, explore, to open your mind, to become more well-balanced, to accept the world and other cultures and other languages and other foods, and just all of that stimulates so many different things you can't count. And so many of us have missed. Most of you heard me talk about it. I've bragged most of my adult life about, getting the opportunity to take my mom on the only vacation she ever got to go on, and took her to 9 days to Hawaii, and how much fun we had, and how excited she was to go, and how back then, you got your airline tickets printed out at the brick and mortar travel agency, and how almost a month before the trip I printed out our airline tickets and gave them to her to hold, and how she carried those airline tickets with her everywhere, and how great that trip made her feel a month before we even left. She would show those tickets to everybody and all of her friends at church, and say, I'm going to Hawaii. My youngest son is taking me to Hawaii. And she just lit up. And when it was time to go, man, that she was scared and nervous and excited and all of those energies. And I took my mom to Hawaii, and for 9 days, just me and her, exploring Hawaii and having breakfast together every morning, something that we never got to do when I was growing up. I would be getting ready to go to school, and my mom would be coming home from the hospital working double shifts as a nurse. And we would just pretty much say something to each other in passing, and I learned to make my own breakfast or cereal or whatever I was going to have. And so we didn't sit down for breakfast ever, that I can remember growing up. Obviously I had lunch at school every lunch together, and she was still at the hospital or sleeping, getting ready for her next shift. And so we got to do that every morning, and then decide what we were going to do that day and how we were going to explore Hawaii. And then for the first time in her life, she could shop with no budget, and she was able to buy anything that she wanted while she was there, and gifts for any relatives that she wanted while she was there. And I just remember that feeling, and how she bought things for relatives I didn't even know. And she would just say, this person would love this, and I'm going to get one of these for everybody, and a kimono, and a clock shaped like the island, and she just bought and bought and bought. And that was great. And she got to try foods that she'd never even heard of or even knew existed. And that's some of the best restaurants, 5-star restaurants, places she'd never even dreamed of going in. And just the price of the food shocked her, and there were so many emotions going on at that time. And I was so proud that I had gotten a chance to do that. But if I would have known, if I had truly known the connection between the frequency of travel and your health, because everything I just mentioned to you that travel could affect, my mom had. My mom was extremely stressed. She raised 4 children by herself by working double shifts as a nurse and private duty nursing on the weekends. And so if I could have combated half that stress, that would have been incredible. And my mom had heart disease, and she suffered from congestion. And my mom had extra weight, because obviously stress and schedule, her eating habits and everything else was substandard. And of course that extra weight caused my mom to also have diabetes, and so she not only had congestive heart, but she had diabetes. And so, you start to, and when I learn what I'm learning now, it makes me wonder if instead of material things and cars and gifts and some of the other stuff I would do for my mom, what if I took my mom on vacation every other month? What if I made her go with me to so many of these different countries? What if I had just made a vacation, that vacation that we had together, what if I would have just made that a regular thing we did? What if every quarter we just, I just scooped up my mom and took her somewhere else new and exciting? Every day now I wonder if she'd still be here. My mom passed at 65. Nobody should die at 65 years old. That's just way too young. But I wonder if she'd still be here if I would have known and been more attentive to the fact of what travel could have done. And so, guys, I am so passionately sold out to making sure that nobody else has to wonder what I'm wondering right now. I am so passionately sold out that we all have to make sure that travel is a part of our lifestyle. We all have to make sure that we do it often enough to reduce our stress and to reduce our and reduce those other illnesses that come with that by traveling the world and making holiday a part of our cultural concept. I am so sold out and excited and committed to making sure that every family that comes in contact with our business takes a vacation. This whole concept has me giddy like a kid, that we have such an incredible mission and such a joyous mission. It's going to be so much fun to travel the world with so many people that probably never thought they'd be able to do it. And we're going to show them how to do it for pennies on a dollar. And we're going to show them how to build a business where they can have enough money to be able to do it. And so money won't be an issue, and it won't be something you've got to wait till you retire to be able to do. It's going to be something you can make sure you do right now. It's going to be something that becomes a part of your every year game plan for the rest of your life right now. And I'm telling you guys, if that doesn't just fire you up like you can't believe, then you don't get it. You don't get how much of a difference this is going to make in so many areas that we can't even measure. I think people would be so much more tolerable to each other if they took time to learn all the different cultures that exist in this world. Trust me, it's not just you. Trust me, it's not just us Americans fighting each other. Trust me, there's so many beautiful cultures and people who live in far more poverty than we've ever seen in America, and yet through that find such happiness and such joy. And I've been in countries that I've looked around and said, I don't think I could survive. But the kids would run up to, the vehicle or run up to us as we're walking. And so happy to see us and learn about us. I remember crossing the street in Turkey, in Istanbul, and having all the school kids that just got off the bus take out their cameras and take pictures, and they were just so intrigued and so excited. And I just believe when you experience that, it broadens your horizons. You take such a much more worldly view about everything, and so much more inclusive view about everything, that it changes your life. And so we're going to change lives while making a fortune doing it. And I'm pretty sure, because you have a worldly view, what we're going to do with the fortunes we make to change the world are going to be even more incredible. And so I'm so excited about that as well. So right now, guys, We're still in the heat of the pre-launch, which means you got to be out talking to people like you can't believe. I know some of you right now are talking to your friends and family, and some will, some won't. So what? Don't get caught up in it. It's not your job to get everybody. It's your job to expose it to everybody. It's their job to make a decision whether they're going to do something with the information that you're giving them. But guys, this is not the time to move slowly. This is a time when you should be leaving your house every day with a goal to talk to 10 new people. And don't go to those 10 people and try to get them to see everything that we're talking about. Just talk to 10 new people about an opportunity to make some extra income and travel the world. And if they're interested in that, great. Here's my name and number. How can I reach you? I'll give you a call with some more information. And then when you give them a call, you say to them, hey, look, have you ever been that type of person that would, and if they say no, then say, boy, you must be a really lucky person because I think you stumbled on something like that right now. And if they say yes, then say your prayer, your dream, your wish has finally come true because you are in the right place at the right time with the right company, with the right concept that could change your life. And then send them, the video of Scott or video that I have back there, or send them the on-demand conference calls so they can hear our mission, so they can hear our why, so they can hear our passion. And if they're the right type of person, that's going to stir something in them that they're going to want to position themselves as a next generation CEO, as a next generation founder. Now listen to me, guys. If that stirs something in them, see, this is not a logical time. This is not a time that's about details and information. This is about emotion and faith. See, when you lead something as big as what we're talking about doing, when you make a decision that you want to impact and change the world, there's nothing logical about one person making that decision. There's nothing logical. There's not enough details in the world that'll make it make sense. You just got to want it. And you got to want it more than anything to make a difference. And you got to want to be a part of something. That's an emotional decision. Stop spending time trying to convince people. Stop trying to figure out how much more detail you can give them, how much more information you need to tell them. You are specifically looking for their lives. See, that's who you're looking for right now. And so when you get out there, don't try to explain all this to strangers. You're not going to have enough time and it's not going to make sense. But if they respond to the fact that they're looking for something, that they want to make some extra income, that they want to make some extra money, give them your name and number, get their name and number. And when you call them back, ask them that question. And if they have never thought about it, then man, you're so incredibly lucky about what I'm going to show you. And if they have, boy, have your dreams come true. Have your wishes, have your prayers been answered. And then send them the information through the mobile app. And then follow back up and talk to them about positioning themselves now. Talk to them about getting in place. And not just for them, but how many people can you help get in place and make a difference in their life during this pre-launch. This is not just about you. This is about you having the ability to help so many more. See, guys, if we're going to change the world, it's going to take an army of us to do it. And when I say army, I'm talking about millions of people are going to join our network and our company. And those millions are going to tell millions who tell millions who tell millions until hundreds of millions of people have decided to be part of healing nations with vacation. And there's things that the company's going to do to make that possible, that makes vacation possible for every income level. We even have a charitable department that's going to, some families are going to get free vacations on us, that are going to be nominated by some of our members. I mean, every spectrum will embrace vacations when we're done. And so, guys, this is a special, special time. I didn't want to make this a long talk. I know we're still in the middle of the Thanksgiving weekend, and I hope you guys all enjoyed your holiday or your Thanksgiving. I'm not much for celebrating holidays, but I do take advantage of the opportunity that most people who work regular jobs, this is the time that they have off, and so you got to take whatever time you can to get your family together and 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 be thankful, and not just thankful, guys, but appreciative and show it. You know, when I was in India meditating in the morning, you know, the person leading our meditation said, that which you don't appreciate will go away. That which you don't appreciate will eventually go away. And that's when I came to really think about, what do I appreciate, and am I making it known? Am I taking that extra step of not just being thankful for certain people or certain events or certain things, but making it known, letting my appreciation be known so that it stays in place in my life. And so I hope you guys took some time. I know we had at least a dozen or so people here at our home, and so we spent so much time running around accommodating and making sure everyone was taken care of and comfortable and being fed that it was almost like a job. And but I really tried to make sure that at some point I just got yesterday after everybody was gone on what I'm thankful for and what I appreciate. And I'll say this, you know, I'm thankful for Coach Lloyd Tomer, that when I thought my job was done and had retired and really thought I was going to ride off into the sunset, that he could see there was more for me to do. And I truly appreciate the effort he took in bringing me into his vision and sharing that with me and allowing me to be a part of it. And now he's given me a new purpose and a new drive and a new motivation that I feel 20 years younger. And I didn't know I needed any of that. I thought I had everything I needed to retire, but obviously being wiser and knowing what he knows, he could see just in our contact that me and him were supposed to work together. I'm thankful and appreciative that in his making that decision, everyone who was close to him embraced me. You know, Scott, our CEO, embraced me like his brother first, you know, and a part of the family, and so in sync and what we want for the company and what we want, you know, to do. And the other brother, Frank, you know, who I don't get to see as much because he runs the whole other industry that we were in, but we hit it off, and we just so much fun and so much love, and his beautiful family, and allowed me to be a part, you know, of that. And then our younger brother, JT, and just watching him grow into an incredible man with a beautiful family of his own, and daughters, and how he's just stepped into place to do everything he needs to do and follow the leadership and mentorship that he's been surrounded by, with his dad and so many and his brothers, and Samantha grow from just a little girl that when I would come visit would show me how everything in the cars worked to a woman, you know, and graduate from school and just, you know, has goals and dreams and plans, and most of them I think involve me and Scott getting out of the way so she can run the company one day. And you know, I'm appreciative and thankful for how they brought my family into their family, and we locked arms and became partners, and now we have a why so big that I just think it's going to take all of our families and lives to a whole nother level. And then when you get to the guys who just run this thing, I mean, they're really the machine behind the scene the Dwaynes and Clints and I hate to name names because I'm going to leave some off, but there's just so many incredible people in our home office that not just do what they are hired to do, but they do so much more, and they go so much above the call of duty. They go so much above our expectations in what they do, in the hours that they commit, in their you know commitment to serve you guys, and last but not least, you guys. Those of you who made a decision to come to work with this company, those of you who made a decision to believe in the mission, believe in our why, to have faith in what's going on, and not be pulled away or distracted by people with their own, personal agendas and people making decisions that everyone has a right to do. You have a right to go where you want and do what you want to do. I'm thankful for the people who stayed here with us. I'm thankful for the people who've been with us for years, and I'm thankful for the people who are just joining today. I really look forward to doing all that I can to help you achieve all your goals and dreams. And I'm hoping one of those goals and dreams is to travel the world, because I sure want to do that with each and every one of you. And I appreciate and I'm thankful that you think we can help you achieve the things that you want to achieve, and you're willing to give us the opportunity to do just that. So I'm so excited and thankful for all those things, and I take time not just to figure out what you're thankful for, but show your appreciation. Verbalize your appreciation to the people that you want to stay in your life. If you're thankful for your marriage, verbalize that appreciation and thankfulness for that person. For your family, verbalize it. Guys, that which you don't appreciate will go away. And that's when everybody all of a sudden realizes how important it was. Don't let that be what wakes you up to its importance. Appreciate it today and show that appreciation. Make sure nothing and no one important to you wonders whether they're important to you. So, hey guys, as I wrap up, it's time to get out there and flat, get after it like you can't believe. Because I tell you, what's about to happen next, we're going into December. You're going to see an explosion like never before. And we're going to start to really tell you and leak some things about what's coming. And as we wrap up this year, the new surge will unveil as we go forward. And you guys are going to see what we're talking about. We are about to take our rightful place in the direct sale MLM market in travel. And we're going to change the world. We're going to heal the nation with vacations. Talk to you next time.